Welcome to the news on Enyimba TV. We are reaching you from the commercial city of Aba. First, the headlines. Ekoha Shopping Center traders take protest to Abe House of Assembly over planned demolition and remodeling of markets. Aba State Harmonized Task Force evacuates beggars along Bata Junction in Aba. Service chiefs and IGP vow to defend Nigeria's democracy amid #End Bad Governance protests. Thank you for joining us on the news at this time. I am Mary Inhejirika. Now the news in detail. Aba State House of Assembly has adopted the report by the House Committee on Transport on the unauthorized parking of trucks and lorries along the Aba-Port Harcourt Expressway and the necessity to curb the menace. Presenting the report during plenary, the chairman, House Committee on Transport, a member representing Osisioma North State Constituency, Honorable Ihana Chonwogu, recommended that the state government kick off work at the new trailer park. He also said that there is an urgent need for the government to purchase heavy-duty tolling vehicle or van for evacuating of sport lorries and that of defaulters. On his part, the Speaker of the Aba State House of Assembly, Right Honorable Emmanuel Emerowa, called on his colleagues to adopt the report of the House Committee on Transport as a working document. Aba State Governor Dr. Alex Oti has forwarded a list of new commissioner nominees to the Aba State House of Assembly for screening. In a letter read at the floor of the House by the Speaker, Right Honorable Emmanuel Emerowa, the Governor requested for the screening and confirmation of commissioner nominees. In a unanimous resolution by the House, the nominees were invited for screening today, August 7, 2024. According to the letter, the nominees include Mr. David Carlo, Obochi Goodluck Chinedu, Dr. Mrs. Queen Ijoma Ahokwa, Owoma Okanto, Kingsley Chireze Nwokocha, and Professor Obunaya Uche. Traders at the popular Ekoha Shopping Center, Aba, have staged a peaceful demonstration to the Aba State House of Assembly in Umuahia to register their displeasure at what they described as poor handling of their market demolition and remodeling through the Ministry of Trade, Commerce and Industry by the Governor Alex Oti administration, which is set for Thursday this week. The traders, who were numbered about 20, were seen displaying placards with various inscriptions such as demolition and remodeling of a Koham market Aba will cause more death to traders. Government of Abia State called the Commissioner for Trade and Investment to order, amongst others. Speaking on behalf of the aggrieved traders, Chief Chris Oraba disclosed that they had written series of letters to the House of Assembly without any response. So rather than engaging in a protest, they decided to come peacefully to register their grievances. Others who spoke, including Prince Tochukwu Agogo and Obinna Aniero, who said they had faced various challenges such as non-compliance to agreement on the part of the government, humiliation by security agencies, as well as non-access to meeting venues when invited. Responding, the Deputy Speaker of the Aba State House of Assembly, Right Honorable Austin Okeze Meregini, flanked by the member representing Aba Central, Honorable Uchonye Stephen Akachuku, thanked the traders for their peaceful demonstration. Aba State Harmonized Task Force has evacuated beggars along Bata Junction, Abore Road in Aba. This is according to a statement from the media office of the Harmonized Task Force. The team from Aba South was led by the mayor of Aba South, Uchechukwu Wogu. Those evacuated include non-Nigerians who were handed over to the Immigration Service and the Nigerians who were returned to their various community heads and the remaining taken to Rehabilitation Center. Former Police Corporal Henry Njoko, who was dismissed by the Aba State Command of the Nigeria Police Force (NPF), has pleaded not guilty to a murder charge brought against him by the state government. Enyimba TV reports that ex-Corporal Njoko is accused of killing Emmanuel Ukocha, an Abriba indigene in Aba, near the MCC junction on the busy Abowere Road during a stop-and-search operation with his colleagues. The trial of the police officer was halted after he failed to produce a lawyer at his first appearance in court, which made the trial judge to order that he should be remanded in the Aba Correctional Facility for proximity ahead of his potential formal arraignment in the court. But when the case came up for hearing at Aba High Court 1, the dismissed police officer pleaded not guilty to the murder case charge against him. Inspector General of Police Kayode Igboetokun has vowed to resist any move for an unlawful change of government amid the #EndBadGovernance protests rocking the nation. He made this known in a security briefing in Abuja, vowing to defend the country's democracy. He also warned those he says started subversive campaigns by waving the Russian flag. The Inspector General of Police also said the police, military and other security agencies did not use excessive force on the #EndBadGovernance protesters. Chief of Army Staff Lieutenant General Tarid Labaja says the Nigerian Army will always be in defense of our democracy, peace and harmony. He said it days during a briefing by security heads at the defense headquarters in Abuja while appealing to youth against what he described as needless investment of blood of treasure. This is also the position of other service chiefs like the Chief of Defense Staff, General Christopher Musa, Chief of Air Staff, Air Marshal Hassan Abubakar, and Chief of Naval Staff, Vice Admiral Emmanuel Ogala. This briefing is coming as thousands of Nigerians have continued days of demonstrations over rising cost of living, with some of the protesters in the northern region spotted waving the Russian flag and calling for military takeover. Department of State Services DSS says it has arrested the sponsors of those flying foreign flags during the #EndBadGovernance protests in some northern states. Spokesman of the service, Peter Afonanya, told newsmen at the defense headquarters that their identities will soon be made public, urging Nigerians to be patient. According to him, the DSS sees the development as an insurrection to Nigerians, while adding that the said bank accounts of the alleged sponsors have been blocked. Nigeria Immigration Service NIS Comptroller General Kemi Nandab was also part of the briefing and said the sponsors of the mayhem that greeted the protests have been identified and on its watch list. Nandab, who didn't reveal any name, added that the watch-listed individuals will be arrested upon their arrival in the country. Special Advisor to the President on Information and Strategy, Bayo Onanoga, is faulting former Vice President Alhaji Atiku Abubakar for warning security agencies against using lethal force against looters and arsonists. Onanoga, in a statement, said as a statesman, Atiku's warning ought to be to the looting mob in Kaduna, Kano, Plateau and Jigawa states, who hijacked what was advertised by organizers as a peaceful protest. He said the security forces had remained professional and even-handed and observed every restraint in the face of extreme provocation by the rioters. Two Nigerian women, Ene Obi, former country director of Action Aid Nigeria, and Hawa Mustafa, research officer at the Nigeria Labour Congress (NLC), are drawing attention to the plight of mothers and the widespread unemployment among graduates. They are embarking on a 10-day sit-out protest in the Federal Capital Territory, Abuja, in solidarity with the ongoing #EndBadGovernance protest in Nigeria. They expressed frustration that the President Bola Tinubu-led government has shown no signs of reducing the cost of governance, exacerbating the suffering of citizens. Meanwhile, the roads in Abuja are gradually becoming busy again as protesters seem to have backed down on further demonstrations. Kano State Police Command has announced the arrest of several foreign nationals believed to be sponsoring the protesters. This revelation came after a security meeting between the State Police Commissioner Salman Dogo and the Kano State Governor Abba Yusuf. He emphasized that the authorities are taking all necessary steps to maintain peace and order in the state. In response to the escalating situation, Governor Abba Yusuf had convened an emergency meeting with heads of security agencies. After the meeting, the governor announced a further relaxation of the existing curfew, which will now run from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. Kaduna State Governor Obasani has inspected public and private offices and shops that were vandalized by the hoodlums during the nationwide #EndBadGovernance protests. The hoodlums vandalized government and private offices and looted shops in Kaduna and Zaria metropolis, including Enyimba, the Kaduna Investment Promotion Agency, and Kaduna Traffic Law Enforcement Agency in Zaria and Kaduna. Accompanied by top heads of security agencies and a Deputy Inspector General of Police, Governor Sani inspected the branch of one of the vandalized banks at Tudunwada in Kaduna's South Local Government area. He described the violent protests as politically motivated and aimed at destabilizing the present administration. A Lagos High Court at Tafawa Balewa Square has extended an earlier order restricting protesters in Lagos to conduct their activities only at the Gani Fawimi Freedom Park and Peace Park. Justice S.I. Soneike gave the order following an application filed by the Lagos State Attorney General, AG, and Commissioner for Justice, Lawal Pedro, for an extension of the order. She also ordered that the restriction of the protests to Freedom and Peace Parks in Ojota and Ketu areas of the state be extended until full compliance with the pre-action orders. Meanwhile, there was no sign of protesters at the Gani Fawimi Freedom Park on Tuesday, being the 6th. The evolving social unrest triggered by protests against hunger and bad governance is gradually becoming more volatile by the day in Port Harcourt, River State capital, and its environs as angry-looking youths blocked a section of the busy East-West Road, NTA Road, and another major axis in River State on day 6. Most disturbing is that some of the protesting groups had youths below the ages of 10 and 13 years brandishing green leaves, planks, and other dangerous weapons, threatening innocent people on the road and looting any item, particularly edible goods, displayed on the roadside for sale. Sensing a possible breakdown of law and order, the River State Police Command has restricted the protest to 2 venues, including the recreational Isaac Borough Park and the Pleasure Park, both in the city center of the state capital. The protesters also besieged a mansion in Ada George, Obio, Akbo local government area of the state, owned by the former governor of the state and current minister of the Federal Capital Territory, Wike. The protests against hunger and #EndBadGovernance in Nigeria took a new twist in River State as the Secretariat of the All Progressives Congress in Port Harcourt, the state capital, was attacked by hoodlums suspected to be protesters. The Secretariat, located along Aba Road, which was touched with a gigantic billboard, signposts, and the party's flags and posters bearing the faces of party chieftains, were vandalized. Speaking on the incident at a news briefing in Port Harcourt, the state APC Caretaker Committee Chairman Tony Okocha condemned the act, alleging that those behind the attack were sponsored. Meanwhile, River State government, through the State Commissioner for Information, Joe Johnson, in a telephone interview, denied the allegations. He said the Governor Siminalaye Fubara-led government is too occupied with the management of the state to consider such an act. Senator representing Borno South, Ali Ndume, is apologizing to the leadership of the All Progressives Congress, APC, but has maintained that he stands by his comments. Speaking with reporters after meeting the leadership of the party in Abuja, Ndume admitted that he was wrong by not channeling his grievances through the leadership of the party. The senator said his comments were born out of patriotism. On his part, Abdullahi Ganduje, national chairman of the APC, said the party was satisfied with Ndume's apology while describing the disagreement as a family matter. You're watching Enyimba TV News. After the short break, the news continues with foreign, business, and sports updates. Please stay tuned. We'll be right back. Welcome back, and thanks for staying tuned. Now the news continues. On the foreign scene, suspected far-right rioters appeared in British court as the government said 6,000 specialist police were ready to deal with England's worst disorder in over a decade. Almost 400 people have been arrested and 100 charged over the week-long disturbances sparked by online misinformation about the murder of 3 children in a mass stabbing, with police bracing for further possible violence. Prime Minister Keir Starmer, a former chief state prosecutor, said he expected substantive sentencing before the end of this week for the rioters after chairing his second emergency meeting in many days late Tuesday. The unrest, Britain's worst since the 2011 London riots, was led a number of countries to warn its citizens about the dangers of traveling in the United Kingdom. And on business, Central Bank of Nigeria, CBN, has announced the approval for a pivotal financial accommodation to support the proposed merger between Unity Bank PLC and the Providus Bank Limited. The Apex Bank, in a statement by its acting director of corporate communications, Hakama Sidi Ali, said the move is designed to bolster the stability of the nation's financial system and avert potential systemic risks. The CBN said it remains committed to safeguarding depositors' interests and ensuring the smooth functioning of the banking sector through proactive measures and strategic interventions. And on sports, Nigeria's Ese Brume, Ruth Usoro, and Pristina Ochonogo made history by reaching the women's long jump final at the Paris 2024 Olympics. That is the first time 3 Nigerian women have made the event final at the Olympics. Brume leapt 6.7 meters to seal automatic qualification for the final of the women's long jump event at the Games. Her compatriot Usoro jumped 6.76 meters, while Ochonogo leaped 6.65 meters to make the final. They will compete with 12 other finalists for podium finishes on Thursday. With this sports story, we'll wrap up this edition of news on Enyimba TV at this time. But before we go, here is a recap of the top stories. In the news, we told you Ikoha shopping center traders have taken protests to Abia House of Assembly over planned demolition and remodeling of markets. We also told you that Abia State Harmonized Task Force have evacuated beggars along Bata Junction in Aba. And we told you service chiefs and IGP have vowed to defend Nigeria's democracy amid #EndBadGovernance protests. That's a package of news for now. Please join us for more updates in our subsequent bulletins. Meanwhile, don't forget to subscribe to this channel on YouTube. Click on the notification bell to receive alerts when new videos are uploaded. Thank you for watching. On behalf of the production team, I am Mary Ihejirika saying, do have yourself an amazing day.